Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to Planning with Jamie. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we are back in our Erin Condren Daily Duo. We are going to do the week at a glance. And generally I do this week at a glance in my monthly, but I'm almost thinking about switching it over to here because I have to say I'm using these pages, but they don't feel like I'm using them to the maximum capacity that they have compared to what I'm actually doing into my monthly. So I'm trying to combine those two ideas together. And so we are going to be using our kit 322. This will be the week at a glance that we're actually using for this spread. So it's a 1-page. It comes in either A5 or 7x9 size. So any of the daily duo kits automatically have a week at a glance also that you can order with them. It is under the actual daily duo kit listing all along with it. And so I just want to show you guys this kit because this will be what we use for our daily pages. Generally, also it comes with time labels, but I've had so many orders, I packed it into an order. And so I gave up mine for somebody else, and that is perfectly fine because I have extras that I can end up using that are just different colors than this that will coordinate just fine. So you get your bottom boxes, 7 of them. These boxes I have not resized for the increased space that Erin Condren did this year. I was going to, but the more that I use these boxes and I have that little bit of white space, I actually like this. And so for the time being, I'm keeping it how it is. But I don't know, let me know down below if there's enough people that are requesting that increased size. I will, but a lot of the planning people that I'm watching are enjoying the smaller boxes too and having some white space. And so you get all 7 of your boxes, you get your check it off, you get some lines and then some dash lines, your scripts, and then you get all of your daily headers with your days of the week and months of the year. And then I have, these are washi strips down here. They're cut in half here. And so you end up getting 8 of them and a whole bunch of bullet points, which work really, really well for us. So again, this is what we're going to use on the daily pages. And then right now we're going to get into the week at a glance. All right, so I want to show you real quick. These are some past ones I've done. And this is where I'm saying I don't feel like I'm using these pages to the max. And so like on this one, I was doing some meal planning / like meal tracking. And then over here, if I'm tracking my food, I could put like my protein, fats, carbs, all that kind of stuff. But you could see really I wasn't flipping back to it. And granted, it's summertime. We all get out of our planner routine during the summer because we're all so busy. But I didn't feel like this was 100% what I was looking for. Over here, I did my list to buy and my meals. This did work out fine. Like I wasn't, I don't know, away from this. I enjoyed it. It worked out fine, but I also feel like I have a different space that this can go to just fine. And then the page before, I liked doing this. This is like my weekly brain dump that I always do in my notebook. And I thought, why not just transfer it on over here? So you can see I have a huge weekly running list. Some of this stuff stay on our list for like months before I get it done, but it's perfectly fine. Like it works out in my head. I know it's not something I'm going to forget, but at the same time, it just wasn't that week's priority. And so that ended up working. I like that I'm just using the mild liners, you know, it's keeping it nice and simple that way. And then let's see, what did I do? I think I kind of did the same idea here, but you can see just not being used to the max. And so if you look what I generally do, I really like this idea. And so I think it's kind of gonna be a remake of this onto the other page. All right, so generally I like by starting to fill it out. So this is week number 32 and it is August 5th through the 11th is what this week is going to be. And then I give you these little gray boxes over here so you could just write in all your dates. All right, and I like to fill this out before we get it on paper. All right, I show you guys this every time too. This is my little sloppy version. You could purchase this in my Etsy store. So it's just Planning with Jamie. It's a blank calendar. You could do a Sunday start or a Monday start, but you can see I use the heck out of this. And I have, you know, months to come all planned out and laid out because you can see like stuff is already being booked that far out. So I always have this off to my side so that I can sit here and do all of the different plans and not forget stuff. The first thing I like to lay down is what is my work schedule. All right, so for this week, we work Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I do have a work class on Monday. And so I don't know if I want to label that as work or if I just want to put class. Let's label it as work so that we know what it's associated with. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I provide 5 of these work scripts over here because that's what your average person works per week, is 5 times per week. And then if you don't, you can stockpile the ones to the side and use them for following weeks. All right, so let's just write in here real quick. NRP from 10 to 12, and then this work day is 7 to 3, and this work day is 7 to 7. So all of them are different every single day. And then the next thing I like to put is what are any standing items that we have. All right, so this week is just a trash week. So I give you trash and recycling bins over here, and so I like to put what day trash is because that prompts me on Tuesday that I need to collect trash, I need to collect recycling, I need to get it out to the curb because ours runs first thing in the morning, sometimes like 6:30 in the morning. And then the other standing thing, I get paid on Mondays, and so we can place a payday there. And then I like to look to see if there are any appointments that I need to get in here. So any standing scheduled items. All right, we do have some, but some stuff is out of order. So I think let's get started here. And I'm gonna see how well stuff tears on the edge of their ruler. So Monday, I have a Zoom meeting. So let's write that down. So Zoom. And that is at 2:30. And then I have a couple color codes that I've been doing. All right, so these are the 3 colors that I use to color code stuff. And so the blue one is soccer, and then if I highlight it all the way instead of just using a dot, that means it's an appointment. The pink one is studio dance, and the yellow one is school dance. And so this has been working really well on my calendar, and so I think I'm just gonna, transfer it over here and use it in that fashion. So on Monday, we have soccer and we also have studio dance. And so I'm going to put them in chronological order because that just makes sense in my head. Our schedule is like ever changing right now just because like soccer is just getting going. And then studio dance, they're like learning all of their dances. And so everything just kind of changes around with that. And so it's very confusing. It is looking at the calendar like 27 million times per day to make sure that we have it all right. And then I also want to write in here that it, like whose choreography week it is, so that it makes sense why some people have the schedule that they have at dance. And then I'm also going to put a little note right here that I need to pay the bill for choreography. So let's just put pay and just that way it makes sense to me and it prompts me not to forget that. All right, then on Tuesday I work and we have, let's see, studio dance and we have the school dance. So school dance comes first and then studio dance comes next, and no soccer that day. So we're okay for that. So this is 1 to 3 at GW, and that makes perfect sense in my head exactly what, like where I have to have kids. This day actually will be dad like doing a lot of the driving around because me working. So 5:30 to 7:30. And when I'm doing slashes, it's the girls on this team is this time and the girls on this team is this time. And so it's splitting my kids to where they need to be. All right, then on Wednesday, let's see, I work and then we have studio and we have, let me put this down because I'm not using it for a while. I work, we have studio and we have soccer, and it looks like studio comes first. So let's put that, and then soccer second. All right, and we are 2 to 4 and 5:30 to 8:30. So the last few weeks I have not been good at all about using my planner, and I have been so far off, you guys. It has really made a huge difference. All right, then Thursday, what do we have? We have studio and we have school. And let's see, school comes first. So let's put you, and then studio comes next. All right, little interruption there, but yay, my husband's going to get steaks for supper tonight, so the interruption was definitely worth it. It is super hot outside today, and so I had considered steaks. I was going to request it from him, but I also thought it is so hot and I wouldn't want to be standing over a grill, and so I didn't request it out of respect for him, but he ended up coming up with the idea on his own. So it must be, you know, we both want steaks tonight. And so yay for us. That sounds really, really good. I love a good steak in the middle of summer. I mean, we grill them all year long. It does not stop us, that's for sure. All right, we're all the way down to Friday. So Friday, we just have studio choreo, and it's 2 to 6:30. And then the other child is none. So we are good as far as all of that goes. This is actually really surprising that we don't have, like usually we have a lot of appointments in between. And I have to say we did most of them this week because this week we were off of all practices. And so I tried to shove them in as much as we can. I like this color coding. Like I think that's working in my brain really well. All right, move on to Saturday. And Saturday has really gotten switched around. Originally we had like 2 soccer games and then 3 events for the school dance, and it was just going to be like a hodgepodge, but the soccer games ended up getting switched over. And let's see, we don't have any choreo on that day. We do have choreo this day, and we have 2 soccer events. So let's put soccer, and studio. All right, and let's get all these filled in. So instead, let's see what times. At 8:30, we have yearbook photos. That's for my oldest child. I cannot believe she is old enough for all of this stuff. And then at 8:45, so it's like same team, just one after another. I think they just do a costume change, basically a uniform change. It is poster photos. I think that's really, really cool that they get posters of themselves. And then actually let's put a second dot because there is a break in the day between these two. From 2 to 4, they're having a car wash fundraiser. And I don't know any of the specifics. We'll just put fund. I don't know any of the specifics, which really stinks because I feel like this whole week I want to like hype it up and tell friends and family to come. And I know nothing about it. Like, I'm hoping it's truly 2 to 4. I'm trying to tell them, hey, there is a car wash on this day. I just have not, I have no idea where it's going to be, like if it's going to be at the school or what. So in the coach's defense, they can't talk to us this week. They can't reach out to us for anything because it's called Family Week, where there's like no contact. And so I'm sure that on Monday, my phone and email and text is going to be blowing up with information from like all of these different sports that couldn't contact us. All right, then on Sunday, this is really exciting. Well, this one, let's see, studio is really easy. That's 2 to 4 and then nothing for the older one. But our soccer season is officially starting. So they threw in these 2 practices that weren't originally there because games are starting earlier than normal. And so the first game is 12:10 and arrive by 11:40. And where we're in Navy. So I'm just going to put that into parentheses. And then the second game is 4:10. Arrive by 3:40. And we are also Navy for that game. And so these are travel games away. And so they try to make you, well, they don't try to make you, they respectfully have you play 2 different games so that it ends up working out. So, all right, this feels really good. Usually I use a couple of these strips, so I am so amazed at the lack of appointments for next week, but I am fine with that, completely fine with that. Okay, so this might go slower this time because I've got to figure out what we're doing. So this, I'm just going to cover up this part because I'm not feeling like this is more beneficial than what I already have designed here. It isn't the exact width of this, which is fine with me. Like, it works out perfectly fine. Let's turn this here a little bit. I don't mind if there's a little bit of an opening next to the side of it. And so we're gonna let it fly. Like, no harm, no foul for me. And you can see it fits like absolutely perfectly there. And then I'm thinking over here of basically putting house chores, like house specific stuff, because we have like a specific zone assignment for every day for my kids, and it's been working really well. We're just going to put this strip here at the top so that we know what week it was and what date range it was. And so this will be home. Let's go ahead and label it as home. And if there's extra spots, I'm sure I can write in, you know, like if I need to go on an errand or something like that. But I think that is going to end up working. All right, and then to keep it nice, this will be a Zone C day. Zone D day. So basically, I have 4 kids, and I ended up designing for this summer zone cleaning because I, as a mother, am so burnt out on doing 100% of stuff on my own. At least that's how I was feeling, you guys. You know, like they would pitch in sometime, but I felt like my family was undoing the stuff that I was doing quicker than I could like move on to do the next thing. And so I thought one good way of teaching somebody respect is to have them walk a mile in your shoe. And so I have divvied up our house into fair portions, at least the main areas, into fair portions for each kid for each day. And so on C day, that means that each kid knows what area is their own. And D day, it switches to a new area. A day, a new area. And so I ended up picking A, B, C, D because I have 4 kids, and that way they're constantly switching. And I did inform them that if it comes to a point where it's like when you're consistently the kitchen zone and you're not doing your kitchen, I'm going to keep that assigned for like 3 days. Like, I'm going to quit switching it every day because you're not just going to push your mess off onto your next person. You know, it's teaching them accountability for a teamwork model. And so I think this is going to work pretty well, actually. And then I think to make this stand out, I'm just going to make a dot at that top one because it'll make it really obvious that that's a new day going on. Okay, then a few other things are certain days per week that I do certain things. I've kind of switched it from what I used to do, and I am going to make a whole video about my zones because it's been working really well, so I feel like it can be beneficial to other families also. But basically on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're collecting laundry, so I can put that. And this is like mostly trying to train up my kids that, you know, it's fine that you're not thinking about it, but if you think about the fact it's Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, you should be like, oh, I can bring the laundry to mom. And so that way I don't have to spend like 40 minutes going and collecting laundry from 27 different rooms, because right now that is exactly how I am feeling. And I don't know, it's working fine. They're liking it. All right, and then the next thing that I set days are collect trash on Tuesday and Thursday. So they know, like, if you are assigned a kitchen, take out that trash whenever it needs taken out, but definitely on Tuesday and Thursdays. But then the other portion that this ended up hitting a little bit more for to actually assign it is the bathroom trashes. So on Tuesday and Thursday, you need to take out the trashes. And I assigned it this way because Wednesday is our trash day. And so I tried to collect everything as far as trash, recycling, clean out fridge, all this kind of stuff every single Tuesday. So on Tuesday, clean out fridge happens. every single Tuesday. Guys, if you stay on top of it once a week, oh my gosh, I never have to scrub my fridge. Like, we don't have moldy stuff in there. I never have to scrub my fridge. I also have a count for what is in there all the time to be able to menu plan. And then also just not as much goes to waste because my hands are being touched on it all the time. And so I highly suggest pick one day per week and actually follow through. And this literally takes me like 5 minutes flat. I move everything around. I wipe out the whole entire area. And then if I have enough time, I literally just pull it out. But I have stuff on Lazy Susans and in bins. And so it is so fast, you guys. I really recommend getting into something like this. All right, the other thing we do is we clean toilets on Tuesday and Fridays. It used to only be on Tuesday, but as everybody has gotten older and everybody fully uses the toilets, they need it. And so let's write clean toilets. And then on Tuesday, we also restock all bathrooms. We have 4 bathrooms, and sometimes it can be hard to keep everything restocked. So I know I restock on Tuesday, I don't have to worry about it for the next week again because I have gotten used to how much each bathroom goes through every single week. And if I restock it with that park horse, then I don't have to worry about it again. And then Friday is the other clean toilets. And on this day, I don't restock. Like, we just clean the toilet part. So on their zones, whoever is, there's 2 different zones that has bathrooms. So zone 4 and zone 2 has bathrooms. So it depends on if it's the upper level or the lower level bathroom, but they are responsible for actually cleaning, wiping down, sweeping, all that kind of stuff. But this is like the really deep clean and make sure those toilets get touched. All right, and then the other big thing we do is what day do we mop our floors? I know some people that only mop their floors once a year, and I don't know, for the amount of traffic that comes through my house, that would never work. And so I do Monday and Friday because it's Mop Monday and Floor Friday, and it's just like good ways to end up remembering it. So all these other times we're already doing, you know, like the sweeping and the vacuuming and all that upkeep, but this is the little bit of a deeper, and then if it needs it in between, we'll do it. But generally Monday, and then everybody's kind of gone during the week for school and stuff, and then, you know, get it clean again before the weekend. And so this has been working good. I kind of like this layout. I think this is going to work out really well. I'm enjoying this. All right, let's flip over to the other page. All right, so I'm thinking about how do I want to do this page. And I know this front page, I want this to be my weekly brain dump. It has felt like it's almost enough room. I mean, I have ran short, but it's also motivating me to get some of that crap off of the list. And so this will be my weekly brain dump. And then here, I'm almost thinking of splitting it in half. So let me show you what I'm thinking here. I'm kind of recreating, if we look at my sample spread that I generally do, this was working really, really well. This to-do wasn't enough space for me all the time, but yet these were like the ones I really want to focus on for the week. You can see there is so many checkoffs, and that ended up working well. And over here is a lot of my social media stuff, and I have a different planner for that. So I'm not quite sure I need to move this over to that. But I like how I use this box and then divide it into 2 separate areas of the page. So we are going to do that part. And I know I need a list to buy, so I'm thinking that can go over here. And then there's like a meal list, and maybe this is my workout. So let's start with creating the 2 lists. And I know I want my to buy. I'm going to put it over here so that I'm not writing on the coil for my to buy list. And so that ends up working out really well. And this I'm just lining up with the gray line down here at the bottom. And then I think I want to put one of our cute washi strips up here. And guys, if this doesn't work, I'll go back to my monthly planner and like plan like I always did there. But like I said, I almost feel like I can combine these 2, which I still have, I think like 6 months or something in my monthly planner. So I'm just trying to like decide when that time frame comes around, do I need to purchase that planner? Which, guys, I have a daily duo going. I have the monthly going, a social media one, and then I also have, I just purchased an hourly, and I'm really liking that hourly. It's kind of fun, but we will see how all of this ends up working out. All right, so there is going to be the to buy list up here, and I think let's use a different washi strip so that it delineates like the difference between the two. And then I have my little X-Acto knife here. And guys, this will get faster as I go. I have not forethought this too much. I've literally just like jumped into this. I really want this to be my workouts, to be honest with you, because if this keeps being empty every single day, I'm like gonna start getting frustrated with myself. And so I think it will motivate me to, you know, quit being lazy. All right, and then we're gonna look, I swear this is my reusable sticker book. Like literally, I just made this at home. And so anything that I don't use from like a sticker sheet, I end up throwing in here. And it's amazing. You can make whole entire spreads out of this with never purchasing anything, just by your leftovers. And it keeps it way more organized. So anyways, back here towards the back, I have a whole bunch of the scripts, and I swear I have one that says to buy right here. And so let's put that over here, because this is going to be my to buy list, and hopefully that is enough space. I mean, sometimes my to buy list gets really, really big. So then I question myself, does it continue over to here? And I almost want to just try to keep it to here. Here I want to put for meals, which I can either use, we do have it on this sheet, so let's see, let's use it here instead of restocking over there. And so we could do meals for that. And then I feel like I want to make a separate area, but for what? Because meals, I only plan like 3 to 5 meals per week. And then the rest are kind of leftovers and stuff. This is all my to buy, which is great. And honestly, you guys, we can put our little shopping cart sticker there. All right, I end up using my workout icon that I wanted to use. I have a small one of these and a big one of these. And so we're just gonna decorate it over here with this big one, because I think that makes it pop out a little bit more. And then let's label these Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I almost did this like with the actual font for the kit, but I decided not to, because you guys can use this box for whatever you want. And if I put a day of the week into it, it starts limiting you guys, and I don't want limits on y'all. All right, that, I don't know. So far, that's okay. I feel like the other thing that I almost want to put here is actually a grocery pickup. Like down here, to put a prompt for it, because I want to do it like weekly. And so I feel like if I have it in here, then I have to write in when and where it is. So I leave myself a little space around there, and I feel like that might help. There's like meal prep and meal planning. Like maybe I'll make a second area for meal prep as school gets closer. That's kind of a good idea, actually. Let's put, I'm gonna match it over here. I think probably that is enough space between the two. I didn't put it as far over. Let's correct this. So I have been getting back into meal prepping though, guys, and it has helped so much. Like I meal prepped a whole bunch of breakfast sandwiches yesterday. And so before we went to our hockey game and all our dance stuff today, like that was absolutely perfect. It made it so that we didn't need to go anywhere. And so I don't have anything that says meal prep. So I think my next best thing is to probably put a box in there. And I think, I mean, these are on the big side, but it's gonna work out just fine. All right, and then we are just going to literally write meal prep. All right, and then little things like, I know I have a watermelon that needs cut up. Luckily, we've cut up a whole bunch of the other fruit already, but that kind of stuff, you know, can go right here. All right, and then because it looks a little bit bare down here, there's a couple things we do need to do down here. The one thing I like to do on all these spreads is to put my kit number, like what kit I used for it, so that when I'm looking back through, it's really easy for me to catch what the kit was. Or when you guys are watching the video, if you don't hear it at the beginning, I try to always say it, but if you don't hear it at the beginning, you can just look down here and it should say it somewhere. Usually it's the left-handed page that I end up putting that. And so there is your kit number. And then the other thing that we need to, okay, I'm liking this. You guys, I'm liking it as I open it up. The other thing we need to do is to put our weekly, see, I've been using it, it's just not decorated. The other thing that I want to do is to put a weekly brain dump here. And let's see, let's put it down just a tiny bit. And then I think let's also use boxes. And they could be, like these ones are longer than those ones, so it could be this. And then we're week 32 brain dump. Or should I put week 32 and then put let's put the date range, just because the pure fact that it's on the other side of the page, and then I don't have to go back and forth between the two. And then what I'll end up doing is I have picked a couple of colors of my Ahuhu dual tip dot pins, and these are always linked down below. Absolutely love them. Finally, mine were running out after a couple of years, so I finally just bought new ones. But gray and then this yellow kind of seem to match really well, and so I will go through and make dots and write in my to-do, and then I refer to this all the time. Like when I was doing it the last couple of weeks, I did really enjoy that. All right, so we can either put to-do or priority, and I think for now, let's just put, I don't know, where do I want to put it there? It feels a little bit weird there, but that's going to work out just fine. All right, so we don't have much left over here. I had made the little comment, and I think I'm going to do it, that I kind of wanted to fill in a washi strip right here just so that the page seemed more boxed in. And so I do think we're going to do that real quick. And you can see we have used the majority of this kit, you guys. This page like works really, really well. I have loved it so much. And then this will go off the edge of the page just because pure fact I have that kit number there, but that works really well for me. Like I said, I'll continue to do that. And so let's just cut that little portion off. And then the way that I get my pages for this disc bound system, this is actually this cover ended up coming from Ross's or TJ Maxx or something like that, and I ended up liking the cheetah print. It says 2023. I don't even care, you guys, but these are Happy Planner discs I had laying around. And then literally all of these pages in here, these are free pages, you guys, because basically after I get done with this, I just peel like this off of it. And then I have the Happy Planner disc punch, and I punch it and then I put it in here. And so in the back, so this is one that I need to decant onto, like all of these are ones I need to decant onto the sticker sheets. But back here, I have tons of open ones that are just waiting to, you know, get stickers. And then the way that I organize this is by color. So I start with black and gray, and then let's get past the black and gray. Then I go into the red, orange, yellow, and whenever I need, you know, more yellow, I just add another sheet into this. Green, so there's quite a bit of green. Blue definitely has quite a few because that's just a really popular color. Pink, you know, I keep going, and then towards the back I have all my extra scripts. Love it. It's free. I love it even more because it's free. All right, I am gonna go in really quick. I'm gonna put dots where dots are supposed to be, and then I will show you the end product. All right, guys, I am loving this. This is absolutely perfect. I am gonna show you really quick. I will go through here and I will dot like this, but on my to-do list, I try not to like pre-dot the whole entire page. I'll make like separate columns because I just have so many to-dos and I like to get everything out of my brain down on paper. But I end up going through and dotting, but sometimes, you know, it takes more than one line. So I don't like to pre-dot this whole page, but this is what it'll end up looking like. And then once I do the item, I do the check mark. The other way I've done it is I highlight it out, and I kind of like the look of that too. So kind of same with the to buy list over here. Once I end up doing it, I either highlight it out or I'd put a check mark next to it. So meaning I've already pre-filled these in, I'll probably do a check mark this week. And then you can see I write small enough, you know, like you can see my writing over here. It's small enough that I could probably make a second list over here if I need to, like a second column. And then meals, I went ahead, I put 7 different dots here because even if I want to write leftovers or whatever out to eat, I can. Or even sometimes I'll write down like brownies. I want to make the brownies, or I want to make, you know, a snack dip or something like that. And then this is all my meal prep. Part of me feels like I need more space for this. Like maybe I should have flipped these two around, but we'll kind of see. I always can. You know what? Let's do it. Let's flip those two, because the more I'm thinking about this actually makes sense in my head that I'm going to have more meal prep items than I am going to have actual meals. There we go. Because we're just so busy that oh my gosh, we are not home to eat every single night. That's for sure. We are eating in shifts all the time. So anyways, I put all those the same colors because these two correlate together. I like this a lot better, actually, flipping them like that. And then the grocery pickup, I put a little different color dot there so that it popped out a little bit more. I can either center this, but I kind of left it over here so that if I have a second pickup, because sometimes I do a Walmart order and a Sam's Club order. So if I have 2 separate ones, I can make that work. I can always move these up one also. All of my stickers are repositionable sticker paper. And so I can move it up one and then put down both of my pickups, which I kind of like that idea too. You guys, this is working so good. I'm really happy. And then this is my workouts here. And I'm liking the idea of that being right there. All right, and then on the last page of this, we recreated something that I've already been doing, but kind of switched. And so we have all of our weekly tasks, and this is really, really helpful because guys, as I start going through the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I just have to look right here. It's in the same binder. It's not in a different planner. And so I'm really liking this idea. It's all color coded. That works in my mind. I don't even have to put, I mean, maybe I will end up putting down here what the color code is so that in 3 years, if I look back at this, it all makes sense. But right now, when I look at this, I literally like instantly see that we have 4 soccer things for the week and that we have 4 school dance things for the week, and we have a lot of studio dance stuff for the week, and so it helps out a lot that way. I really like it. I know to look on this side of it for any of the standing tasks, and then over here I think I'm really going to enjoy actually having this home category over here. So I think I might have finally figured out exactly how to use all these extra pages. I'm really thankful that they gave us this notebook page. Like, this is huge in my world. Like, I like open notebook pages, and so this is going to be really good. All right, if you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you share it with your friends if you think this will be beneficial. I swear it will not always be this long. I was just really trying to figure it out as we go. Like, there was no forethought going into this at all. And I'm going to get on with the daily duo with you guys. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.